Yeah, I mean, the fans probably get more excited than the players do. We recognise that as players, as staff. It's a big game. We want to win the game for sure. But Ziggy mentioned it yesterday in his video stuff on the internet that I've seen is it's 3 points. You know, if you beat your big rivals, you don't get any extra points for it. Yeah, you get the bragging rights, but for us, we just want to keep to winning ways.
So there's no big bonus in your contract?
Well, Merritt's office is up there if you want to come and ask him. I'm pretty happy that if you want to be my agent, you can get that added. That would be fantastic.
From your experience in playing in rivalry games, what type of things do you need to make you remind the guys so that they...
I just don't want the guys getting caught up in the euphoria of the media and the kind of a mentality of their fans. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of tension, there's going to be a lot of passion up there, as we well know. It's important that you keep a clear head, don't make any bad decisions, because when you start getting frustrated and you start playing with anger rather than concentrating on the job in hand, that's when you start making bad tackles and getting yellows and unnecessary red cards. So we need to make sure that we stick to the game plan, keep a level head, and hopefully come out with a positive result.
Technically, what challenges do you see out front? You've had some injuries and stuff, but what are your main concerns?
Freddie Montero, obviously, he's a goal scorer, hasn't scored possibly as many goals as he would have wanted this year, but he's always dangerous when he has the ball at his feet from 25-30 yards out, so we need to be very careful of him. He's a good player, has a lot of good vision. They've got good players, they've got a good squad of players. Just have to wait and see what, there's Nate Jacob. They've got a lot of good players that pose different threats, so we need to wait and see what the starting lineup is before we. But we're not worried, we're concentrating on ourselves. If we feel that we can compete and play our game, we'll give them trouble too.
Coach, what are your travel plans? You're flying up, driving up?
Not just drive up, I think it's by the time you get to the airport, check in, sit and hang around the airport, you've got to check in about an hour and a half before, so might as well just get halfway up the I-5 towards Seattle before we've even boarded the plane. So I think it's just pretty much the same travel time. It's probably more enjoyable sitting on the bus, just have a sandwich and that, and take a nice easy drive up there.
So just like the fans, you're bussing up?
Yeah. Although your bus might be a little bit more luxurious.
You guys had some success against the Sounders at the Summit defensively.
Yeah.
Obviously now without Zachowani, Brian White, changes their look a little bit. Is there anything you can take from that?
Well, obviously they can bring in Rosales and they can bring in Nate Jacob, Roger Levesque. They've got a good squad of players there. I don't think just their season's over because they've lost, Zachowani is a big loss for them, but they've got players that can come in and fill that role, although a little bit different. Zachowani's powerful, quick, can finish. Rosales is probably a little bit different from him, that he doesn't have the pace or the power that Zachowani has, but he has that creativity. Has a nice right foot and he can pick out a pass or a cross. So we have to be careful. They're a good team. You give them time and space to play, they can, it could be a long afternoon for us, but if we go with the intensity and the commitment that we've had here, they're going to find us difficult to break down and difficult to handle.
So are you concerned about, we've been talking about the surface of testing and getting that ideal for soccer?
I haven't heard that. I mean, I can the times that I've been up there, the Dynamo, the surface was fine. I think we can start to look for things like that. Philadelphia mentioned it last week, size of fields, you're looking for excuses. I think you're putting negatives right before you even kick the ball into your head and into the players' heads. For us, it's a field that we play on it the same as us. We're not worrying about Seattle, we're worrying about ourselves. If we go and play the way we should play, and the way we've been playing at home, we've got nothing to fear. If we don't perform and we don't start well, then we could be in for a difficult afternoon, a difficult evening. So the main thing is concentrate on stuff.
How about this weekend of training, just having a whole week to recover a little bit, good time for a full week to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, we had Wednesday off and we just trained our normal 3 days, 4 days. I think the guys are ready. There's not much tweaking to do. You do more coaching when things are going wrong. For me, anyway. I don't think there's any point in over coaching when things are going good. You just keep it simple. And when you're losing games, that's when you've got to do a little bit more of the video analysis stuff and show guys what they're doing wrong. But no, everything's been going well the last couple of weeks, so no need to change.
As a player with the Celtic Rangers, you were playing.
Celtic?
Was
Celtic. Spelled. It's pronounced
yes.
Celtic.
Yes. As long as it's
Spell
spelled,
that
as long as it's spelled right. That's all.
You said that. You said Celtic in Scotland they would beat you up.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So I'm looking at you already.
Anything from your experience?
It's a different game completely. You know, the Rangers Celtic thing in Scotland is based on religion. It's got a bad historic religion factor behind it, which was not great for the game. And I think you've seen yourself this week where the Celtic manager got attacked on the sideline when they went against Hearts. So no, we don't want anything like that. We know there's a rivalry. It's got to be kept within the stadium, thinking about the game. You know, we're not interested in having bad feeling or bad blood or trouble in the game. We just want everybody to come watch the game, have a good time. Hopefully everybody enjoys it. We get 3 points, Seattle get another weekend down the road, but we're extremely happy.
Anything from a player being in that atmosphere? Was it ever a challenge for you to play your game in those wild games?
I mean, I only played in one of them at Celtic Park, and it was a tremendous occasion. And it's a very difficult thing to try and pass on to people with the experience of playing in big games until you've actually experienced it yourself. You know, you can't really. It's a funny one because you can't tell someone, listen, you're going to feel these nerves, you're going to feel this, you're going to feel that. Every individual reacts differently to big games.
Is there a certain part? I mean, just as an MLS guy and wanting to see the sport grow. Is there a certain part that you respect about the Seattle fans and
I respect their club from top to bottom. I think what they've done, has been fantastic for the league. They raised the bar for everybody. It doesn't matter whether it's Seattle, whether you're next door neighbours, whether they're in the same town as you. You've still got to give credit where credit's due. They've done a fantastic job there. Great fan base. Nice big stadium. Tremendous owners. Great coach. A coach that could possibly be up for contention to be the next national team manager when Bob Bradley decides to maybe vacate the post or take another position. They've got quality throughout their whole organisation. That's why everybody looks at them and says, you know what, they're great, they're a good team on the field. They've had success in the Open Cup. You can't take nothing away from them. You've got to give them credit.
Mm-hmm. So knowing that you guys have had a lot of success at home and felt the glow of the fans.
Yeah.
How do you counteract that, knowing that you're going to be facing the same thing up there?
Well, I've said to the guys many times, even back in spring training, with the fan base that we have, we don't play any small games. In Seattle, the same. You play at home, every game is a big game. We're expected to win at home now. The fans look at us and think, oh, we could go unbeaten at home. Will it happen? Highly unlikely. But you're expected to win. This is what happens at big football clubs, and that's in Seattle, a big football club. We're a big football club. We have to put success in our trophy cabinet by winning the MLS Cup, by winning that Open Cup, to say that you're a big club. But no, I mean, it's great. I would rather play in packed houses like PGE, Jeld-Wen Field, or the Quest Field. I would rather play in full houses all day long than play in stadiums that are with 2,000 or 3,000 people in it. It adds a little bit of spice to the game. It's nice.
Absolutely. And knowing you guys are close in the standings, just talk about how that is. Or are you even looking at that at this point in the season?
No, for us it's 3 points. We're going to try and win 3 points. Don't try and look too far ahead, too far down the line. We've got to go out and perform. And if we perform as well as we have at home, we've got a good chance tomorrow.
Are there any rituals that you're taking from maybe pre-game before home games that you're going to try to replicate up there?
No, I just think you just go out and concentrate on your own performance. If we do that, we'll be all right in the game.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.